Good evening, everyone, and welcome to East Grinstead Sports Club for this men's Premier Division match between East Grinstead Hockey Club and the University of Nottingham. This is a double header in the England Hockey Premier Division. The women's first 11 have just beaten the University of Nottingham 4-2 in a hotly contested match in where East Grinstead scored 2 goals in the final quarter to come out on top, and Sophie Bray, I think, grabbing a few goals in that one. Our pushback time here today will be 6:30, slightly delayed due to transport issues. And we've got the next upcoming fixtures on EG Hockey TV for you on the screen now. These are the fixtures for the upcoming weeks. We've got Bowden and Oxted. Then we can see as well today, 30th of September, the Nottingham University. A couple of weeks' time, we've got Clifton Robinsons and Cardiff and Met. Then the following week, Surbiton and Holcombe, followed by Birmingham University and Old Georgians. And then 2 more before the end of the season with Exeter and Isker, followed by Surbiton on the men's side. Thank you for joining us this evening. Pop the kettle on. We'll be roughly around 7 or 8 minutes until pushback. And at which point we'll have some high quality hockey to show you. Let's take you through the teams then. On the screen now is the Nottingham University men's squad. Obviously a big squad with a lot of players to choose from and a very big club up there. Playing at the Nottingham Hockey Centre. Got head coach James Bateman, the performance analysis Rob Turner, manager Steve Bateman, and physio Lydia Sanders. And then you can see there the list of players. I'm not going to go through them all just to save you the time, but a long list of players there. Obviously Ollie Lander, I can see there, formerly of East Grinstead Hockey Club, played here last season. He's finished school at Whitgift and he's now playing at the University of Nottingham, so look forward to welcoming him back to St Hill. So yeah, there's the Nottingham University team. And here we have the East Grinstead Hockey Club men's first 11. You can see there the goalies up front. We've got the head coach Wes Jackson and 2 assistant coaches, Mike, and then Rory managing the team. A strong squad today for East Grinstead, a really good young side this season, full of potential, full of places to work on, a good mixture of experience and youth and energy. And we'll be looking forward to trying and getting there, register the first win of the 2023-2024 season. Lovely. Right, go on then, let's have it. So I'm now joined by my co-commentator, Lawrence Richards. Lawrence, a pleasure to be here with you again for the 2023-24 season. Obviously, everyone knows about the game we commentated last year, the men's Premier Division match against Surbiton. And yeah, introduce yourself. Pleasure to be back with you.
Great to be with you, Luke. Very much looking forward to this one. Great fun last time. Thanks very much. I think it was probably the most viewed game of the season, wasn't it? Due to our great analysis. Can't wait for this one now. I think we've got a good chance of winning this one, Luke.
Yeah, I think it could be a very spicy affair today. Obviously, everyone knows and has seen the signings for the men's first 11 this year, and I think it's five players they've signed from the University of Nottingham, who've all graduated over the past year. A bit of a grudge match, a bit of a point to prove, maybe, showing off that they're done with the university team and they're on to bigger and better things, maybe.
Absolutely, yeah. I was actually up in the bar earlier on, pre-game, talking to the field lads about how they felt. You know, got a lot of friends coming back here today. As you can imagine, a lot of this team here, the boys knew. But yeah, they've graduated. They're a men's team now. Yeah, they're not a university team. Bigger and brighter things, as you say, and a point to prove. I think we've got Ollie in goal, for example. Really looking forward to his performance. We've got really strong competition for that position this year, and he'll be looking to put down a marker against some fellow former teammates, making sure he gets that clean sheet.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's obviously a debut match for Ollie Smart in goal. Where everyone will look to see what he's done. Obviously, former player of the GB development squad, and then to name just a few of the Nottingham boys, we've got Matt Blood. He's obviously very comfortable here at East Grinstead. Played for us before he went over to the Nottingham University and then came home back to St Hill this summer. Isaac Farron, a pretty lethal forward in the D, pretty hard to get off the ball and can be pretty clinical in there. We've also got the likes of Archie Phillips, very quick, very good hands, can drive forward with the ball and really effective on the counter-attack. And then obviously Josh Gravestock, another really quality and well-known player who's known for his hands and his skills, could prove to be very, very effective today and lethal in the opposition D.
It's a really interesting new-look EG team, Luke, I think. I mean, you and I were both involved in pre-season to some extent or another. We were around the lads a little bit as they got ready for this league. I mean, it hasn't been the best start to the league, but it feels different to me this year, don't you think?
I'd agree. I think that the vibe and the atmosphere around the team is really strong, really positive, despite those two opening results they've had in two losses in tight games. I think there needs to be a real focus on effort and clinicality in either D, with the stats last week and heavily favouring the men's first 11, but Beeston just being, and credit to them, a lot more clinical and taking their chances when they fell their way. I think that would be a big thing for the boys to try and aim and target today in the match.
Yeah, I just think when you've got so many new faces, you've got so many going out as well. You know, it's a real transitional period for EG. New coach, new tactics. There's always going to be a settling-in period. And it's unfortunate to not get any points so far, but the performances have been strong, and that's what this club have been crying out for a long time. I think last season we saw some below-par performances, to be honest, and this year there feels to be a different vibe. They want to go out and win the game. They don't just want to not lose it. They're confident young lads. These Nottingham boys seem to have settled in really well. You know, they know each other, they've got good chemistry, but at the same time, they haven't brought that Nottingham feel to the club. They know this is East Grinstead, there's a certain culture here expected, got a big crowd, big fan base expecting you to be an EG player. And I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is where we can get off the mark.
Absolutely, I think they'll be, the first 2 or 3 games really tight, unfortunately not falling in the favour of the men's first 11, but I think this is definitely another opportunity to try and get those first points on the board for the 23-24 season. As I said, a really young, energetic team, full of potential, and they're staying very, very positive despite the results for the first 2 weeks. But it should be a cracker. Nottingham will always bring that youth, that exuberance, and a university team. They'll always work hard. They'll be quick, and they'll offer a lot of threat and a structured play. Obviously, playing in Bucks during the week against Loughborough. We'll see what they're able to put on for tonight, and it's great to see a few Nottingham fans down as well making the trip to support their team.
So Luke, for those fans watching at home, maybe not privy to all the tactics and ins and outs of this team, what can they expect of this this starting 11 compared to last year then? What are the key differences that our brand new coach Wesley Jackson is bringing to this team?
I think there'll be a lot more pace. I think there may have been an issue last year of a bit of complacency, especially when maybe we're playing against the teams in the lower side of the table. I think this team are very, very scary on the counter-attack. I think they've got a lot more pace, a lot more skill on the counter-attack, and I think they can also be a lot more clinical. But as you said, Loz, it's about settling in that chemistry and about building new connections and knowing where your teammates are going to be.
In terms of the press as well, I think we're going to be trying something a bit different. Those at home, you might be seeing EG when the time is right, sitting very, very deep, and in a strange zonal marking where it looks like they're deliberately not picking up their man, but it's a total tactic, and really interesting as a new sort of thing that you can see in international hockey. The Germans are doing really successfully with it. What do you make of that, Luke?
Yeah, I think there's lots of new tactics being introduced, which I think is really good, and I think it's good for the game. I think that adding lots of different ways to defend and different ways to attack is always useful. But yeah, we're underway here with a quick shot in the D from Nottingham and just sent behind for a long corner. And it's great to see the flares out on display as well, Loz. Really nice to see.
Absolutely, yeah. So here we go, game time now. Early pressure from Nottingham, a little shot off there, so luckily nice, got a stick on it from EG. But look at this crowd, look at this fan base, it's the best in the league. You're never going to get better than this in terms of support. The flares are out, the drums are banging, the trumpets are horning. Who wouldn't want to sign for this club?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really great atmosphere down at St Hill. Obviously the Oktoberfest social as well. You might see a few people on the far sideline with their lederhosen in full spirit and in full voice as well, as always at St Hill. So it's great to see the faithful out today.
Absolutely, yeah. The faithful just trying to bring something different to English hockey. You know, like this is such a fantastic sport of our country, long been unrecognised by institutions like the BBC, and I think part of what the faithful are trying to do here is bring fans to games, get some songs going, have some fun, you know, like light-hearted fun, make
Absolutely.
hockey a spectator sport as well as a brilliant professional sport, because this sport deserves funding, it deserves to be recognised on TV, and this is the sort of things we can do to go towards that.
Absolutely. It's great that for all of you watching at home, it's great that you're able to watch some live Premier Division men's hockey here as number 12 controls it in the D. It's 5 yards, Mike Wood, and carries it out.
Really great pick there from Mike. And from those of you at home, again, looking towards, are we going to see anything different? I personally feel that tactic there from Nottingham, you'll see a lot from EG as well. The aerial into the D, onto the baseline. You've seen it now in international hockey for a good few years. It's being employed more and more. In previous years, you might have found that a bit of a mad thing to do, but it's so effective. And they'll be well drilled to defend against it as well.
Yeah, with the new rule change in aerials, I mean, I'm the wrong person to ask on it, unfortunately, but a change has been made over the summer to the aerial rule, meaning I think you'll see, especially maybe in the men's game, you'll see a big difference in the way that aerials are used, and a lot more teams going the aerial route.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it needed to happen because it was so. No one knew quite what was going on. Someone was underneath it, and the umpire would just give it one way or another. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that. It's an interesting piece of the game. Here we go now. Watch this. So we aerial to the baseline. It's a great lead from Gravy. Can't get on the end of it, but I like the look of that. Just trying to push the play into the baseline and get EG up the pitch.
That was very nice of Dan there, just throwing it right on cue as the discussion continued. But here we go. So Nottingham on the ball, building out from the back, trying to find the gaps through the Grinstead press here. Picked up on the left-hand side, but a good win up the field. And we see Josh Gravestock driving with the ball forward, finds James Smith, and puts it straight on a foot.
Great upgrade, really well played. Went for the sensible option. He had some riskier options there to go for goal, but I think early on in the game, get a short corner, let's get some shots on goal.
Yeah, there is that when you've got a flicker like Simon Faulkner as well, Max Lowry now, who joined over the summer as well. Off the top, there is absolutely nothing wrong with early in the game, putting it on a foot and getting some shots away on goal.
Yeah, signing that we haven't actually mentioned yet. We talked a lot about the Nottingham boys, but Matt comes from Exeter, captain over there.
Yeah, Max.
Really solid player.
Yeah, Max has a lot of experience. I think, obviously at Whitgift School, I think he was the captain of hockey there. Then from Exeter as well, a Premier Division team while he was there. Bringing a lot of hockey knowledge, a lot of experience, and for a young guy as well. So he's got a long career ahead of him, but it's a very valuable asset in mind, I think, to the East.
Absolutely, team. Yeah, just a calm head, knows positionally unbelievable, knows where to place the ball into space up front. Let's see what EG can do here on the short corner.
out to Castle 2. Cy Faulkner.
That's unlucky. It's well
Just
played.
puts it wide.
It's unlucky. He needed to get something on that, really. It was a nice play. I think it worked against their short corner. It looks like a long.
Yeah, it was sorry, a long corner. It must have taken a touch, but it was Dan Faulkner from Castle 2 to Simon Faulkner from Castle 1 and just went wide of the post, unfortunately.
Great skills. Great skills. Look, oh, that's unlucky. Really nice skills into D. 3D, went upright, came inside. It's exactly Nottingham are not going to want to make a tackle in there.
No, I think that's really one of the strengths of James Smith's game, who's just joined from University of Birmingham. It's his hands, his pace, really hard to contend with as a defender when someone's running at you with that speed and moving their hands that quickly.
So you can see here, EG setting up with the back three, really high press in a zone. For those of you at home, just a little reminder that a zone means that we're not talking about man-to-man marking. We're not standing on our man as a defender all the time and chasing around the pitch. We're going to take up zonal positions, and then when the ball comes into certain areas, we're going to press it hard, maybe with 2, 3, 4 players trying to win the ball back high up the pitch. It's more of a strategy you see more and more these days, pretty much across the league. But for EG here, it's an aggressive press. It's high up the pitch. You see there, Nottingham beat that press, and all of a sudden, a lot of EG players are turning and running backwards. So EG will be looking to win that ball in those zones, more, because then otherwise to avoid those counter attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've just seen there, East Grinstead playing out from the back, and Matt Blood, ever since we used to play together, similar sort of age group stuff when we were younger, but always seems to have longer on the ball than anyone else. Always seems to have so much time just to pick his passes. As you'll see here, find the passes, time to turn. It just slows things down and really brings a calmness, I think, to the game and to the team, which is really good to see after a 3 or 4 year stint at University of Nottingham.
Yeah, just so calm. As you say, he just seems to have more space, and that's because he creates time for himself. Yeah. And his mind is operating at such a cool level, whereas his skills are operating at the highest level. Just knows how to pick a pass. He's always giving those 30-yard passes that most players wouldn't be able to play, because he knows when to time them. He's a brilliant asset to EG. Really looking forward to him develop this season.
Absolutely. Just seen a quick foot or a stick tackle there from East Grinstead, and just Nottingham moving the ball around the back, trying to find some gaps in this East Grinstead press.
Really nice.
Really well won there by Hugh. Hugh Pembroke's our new Australian player, one of our overseas players for this season. Unfortunately got injured I think the day after his plane landed, which is a real shame, but great to see him back in the team here.
Really nice skills. Here. Can we get a shot off? Come on, let's get a shot off. Good tackle for Nottingham. That's a 16.
Really unfortunate. Just seemed to have Josh Gravestock there. Seemed to have 2, 3 Nottingham players around him, not letting him get that backspace shot off that he wanted.
So exciting though to see players in the D with those kind of hands, that kind of pace. It's something we haven't seen as much as we would like at St Hill. It feels dangerous. Feels like goals are on the horizon.
Absolutely. And as you say that, Hugh stepping through, unfortunate just on the miss trap there. Running back. Archie Phillips making the tackle there, the shave tackle. As I said, mentioned earlier, his pace, but will be really threatening to the Nottingham team.
Not the best step. Oh, they've given it the other way. I thought that was a stick tackle.
No, I'd agree with you, Loz. Umpire may be wrong there, but and you see that the back four set up for East Grinstead. A similar look at the 2 Faulkners, centre back with Ali Clift as well.
Not a good ball from Simon Faulkner there. That pocket
really
was not on, but nice step. And here comes Bloody. Look at that, just so calm. Look at that.
Really
just
good.
Created the space for the other player.
Yeah.
The other player was marked. He made that defender move, and then Isaac had the space and he gave him the ball. Fantastic.
Yeah. Really good play. Calm and composed, as we mentioned earlier, Loz. So great to see him picking the right pass there and not forcing it, which is what we see sometimes quite a lot in all different levels of hockey, maybe forcing the counter attack, but really nice there just to have a calm head, and you can counter, but picking the right pass is really important.
Nice high press here from EG, just being composed, using the ball, trying to create that space. You know, Nottingham are going to be extremely well drilled, extremely fit, so the only way we're going to penetrate such a low block is with a hard, fast transfer to try and find those gaps. We're going to have to try and break them down, because they're going to move with the ball really fast. Here we go now, so creating a little bit of space. Maybe that ball comes in. There it does, yeah, and back out. Yeah, we've got to be patient.
So I think the issue with as we mentioned earlier, there's a new rule in the 5 rule where obviously I think that might have been Ali Cliff there in the right corner. He's standing in the space and a Nottingham players come and run within the 5-yard zone and put him off without trapping the ball. Should have maybe been East Grinstead ball, but we'll leave the big decisions up to the umpires and
So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 EG players up in the press, and then we've got 3 at the back, much deeper. So there's this big gap between the halfway line and EG's 25, where Nottingham are trying to play into. They almost did there, and that's the game. The game is afoot, shall I say?
Yeah,
Luke?
wow, absolutely. Little Sherlock Holmes reference there for all the fans watching at home. And yeah, here we go. Hopefully,
lovely 3D skills from this lad here. But they've gone backwards, and EG pressing hard on that corner. Well won back. There, a great step from Faulkner. Unfortunate on that one, but he wins the free hit.
Yeah. I think both teams just sort of figuring each other out here at this stage, playing into the pockets, trying to figure out what the threats are from either team. Maybe we see an aerial here.
Nice takedown from Jack Webb. Great first touch. He's on the turn, on the strong side. Can he get a shot off? He's on a tight angle. Ooh. Unfortunate. He needs to get that off earlier if he can. Both really exciting young prospects for EG, Luke. We played with them, the two of them. They've got great ability.
Yeah. Also great to see as well a local school that Ardingly College, both of them playing there, and I think in upper 6th as well, so in their final year at the local school, which is great, and Ardingly College sponsoring the club. It's great to see, full of potential. I think Jack Webb known a lot more for his dribbling, Kent Sheard known a lot more for his finishing ability. And it's great to see that we've got 2 up-and-coming youngsters in the first 11 and really given a chance to sort of show what they can do this year. Yeah,
I mean, if we've been around both of them for a while now, especially Jack Webb, who's risen to national level rapidly. That guy's fitness, Luke, is unbelievable.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone go as far or as long in a bleep or yo-yo test in my life. I think we tried to in the yo-yo test, sub back in to try and help pace him, and we couldn't even keep up with him after I tapped out early doors. So, a really good athlete and a really keen hockey player as well that's always trying to improve their game, and it's always great to see in young players when they can take on the advice and want to improve and want to be the best version of themselves.
Little bit sloppy there maybe from Bloody. He was playing into the pocket. He knew that we had the little overload. Just didn't. He took too much pace off the ball there, gave away, but a nice idea, and here we break.
Webb. Great steal, and I talked about Archie Phillips' pace on the counter-attack.
Look at that from Archie, really nice. He knew that the man was sitting on his shoulder, and he just tucked into him to draw the foul, and now we've got a high with 2 men out of the feet. Here into the D, can we get it off? It's unlucky, well played Isaac. Luke, have you seen a better finisher, a young better finisher than that lad in a while? It looks decent, doesn't he?
Obviously a great forward and a real handful in the D. I think his shooting and how clinical he is in the D as well for a young forward is really impressive. Very hard to get the ball off in the circle and very good at creating a shot or a pass in the circle to create either a corner or a goal scoring opportunity. So it's really great that Isaac's joined us. Obviously played for Old Georgians, but here we go, Nottingham on that. Great pick from Sai.
Didn't quite get the distance on that aerial, and that is always the risk, that you shot that aerial, it doesn't make it, and then Nottingham have got a breakaway. But luckily, there was a bit of a breakdown in play, and we can set back up with the zone.
Yeah, so Nottingham playing through here. Quick pass.
Well played, EG, once again, winning the ball high up. Look at that, eliminating really 5 players with the press. Kent comes his strong side. That's well played from Kent. Can they go line? Yes, they can.
Really good
now we need crash ball. And there's no one there. That's unfortunate. Both players went front post, Luke. That was a problem.
Yeah, I think there's going to be an issue with forwards. It's all about working together, knowing what your teammate's going to do. Both of them just getting into near post, easily done.
Not the ball we needed there, unfortunately. Straight. One of the worst places to lose it there in the middle of the pitch. But we've recovered well. Good energy from EG.
Yeah, that's really good. I think maybe the last 2 weeks, EG have looked a bit susceptible to a counter-attack, whereas that was really good tracking back from the whole team just to prevent Nottingham maybe getting a 1 or 2 man overload. And here we see Archie Phillips winning the ball Great touch there from Sam.
Great
Knight.
skills.
Great
Here
skill.
he comes in. It's unlucky. EG probably aren't going to win this game with individual brilliance on 3D dribble into the D, but it's good to see. It's good to see we have that option.
Yeah.
But it's very much a team type of player, squad we've got here. We need to work together. But lovely to see that option.
No, as I said, I mentioned earlier, the youthful look of the team and some of the hands and the speed that we have in the forward line, that maybe on the midfield line as well, that we wouldn't have maybe had in previous years. It's great to see a sort of a new injection of that into the team.
A word for this new coaching staff, Luke. It's exciting. It's young. You know, Wesley Jackson, EG player through and through, played in the ones himself, coached the twos last year. A change in management allowed him to step up into this role. How do you think he's getting on?
I think he's getting on very well. I think it's obviously a step up for him personally, and also it's great to see someone who's been at the club for such a long time step into such an important role. But yeah, I think he's a very good coach, and you know, here we go, Jack Webb carrying in the D. Ken, ooh,
it's a great play. A great play from Jack Webb. I think I just wanted Kent to be a little bit more dynamic there. His feet were a little bit stuck in the ground. If he just drops off 2 steps back to his own goal, I think he creates enough space to get the shot off there. He was a little bit static, but really nice play from EG, especially Jack Webb, who just looks a player, doesn't he? Looks an absolute player.
Yeah, he's unfortunate there, but looked really strong in the carry in the D, just trying to get an outcome, as we mentioned earlier, trying to maybe become more clinical in the opposition D. One of the goals at East Grinstead at the moment. Yeah, and going back to the coaching staff, Loz, I think, you know, Wes Jackson can be a really calming presence on the team. I think especially for a young team, it's really important that they don't feel, you know, maybe out of comfort or discomfort, or they're being really pushed, or maybe some old school tactics, as you know, might not be as effective. But
yeah, well, you know, everyone's got their style, and you're right, Wes Jackson has got this new modern style. And as you are inferring, I'm not privy to it, but it seems to be working. I'm more of a hairdryer type. Not that I have the right to, but I seem to take it on anyway. Wes Jackson's calm. I think something that's often overlooked with coaches is that Wes, you know, has a lot of experience around younger players. He's a coach himself at a local school with high-level hockey players. He knows what the modern player needs. He's just a calming influence. Doesn't really raise his voice, but he demands respect. From anyone. He's just that type of person because he's so genuine and honest. I'm really excited to see how he's going to mould these players. As we said, we've been around in pre-season. It's just so refreshing, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. And as I said, it's great just for the club to see someone that everyone knows, everyone gets on with, be in such an important role and have hopefully a positive impact we'll see in the years to come. But no, it's great to see. And also with Mikey Holland supporting, everyone knows Mikey. He's been around the club as well for a number of years now, but also welcoming Mike Williamson to the coaching team, who knows his stuff, knows a lot about hockey.
Such an interesting coach. Again, such a calming presence, but you know when you've done wrong, and you know when you've let him down, and he's got such a strong tactical mind. It's great to have him alongside Wes around the players.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think Mike's seen it all, but there we go. We come to the end of the first quarter there. Me and Loz maybe chatting along for a bit too much, but unfortunately there's only a few chances in that half. A lot of the two teams trying to figure each other out, as I mentioned. A few penetrations in the D for East Grinstead, getting a corner, and maybe a few half chances here or there, but the score remains 0-0 with 3 quarters to go. So a quick break for the teams here. Maybe quick adjustments made once they've seen the opposition's press or what they're doing with the ball. Maybe formation change. Just a quick break for the players. The longer break coming at half time, but you can see the team's heading back out now.
Look, what a fantastic setup we've got here, Luke. St Hill, EG, in the southeast of England. We've got the terraces, we've got the fans, we've got the headlights out, we've got the drone up in the sky.
Yeah.
What more could you want from a hockey club?
I mean, it's great. It's great to see. Obviously, with the lederhosen as well, it's great to see. You don't really see that every day. Maybe if you're in Germany, but it's great to see the fans there, all with the fancy dress on, supporting the club, banging the drum, and trying to will their team to the 3 points today. It was great to see. Clift here, moving the ball back to Matt Blood.
I think, despite the 0-0, it was advantage EG in that first quarter, would you say? We seem to be applying more pressure. That's a lovely little aerial. See, what a great little option.
Great trap from Isaac.
Here goes Isaac. Can he give that ball? No, it's a bit gone ahead of him, which means we're going to recycle it. Lovely bit of skill, and now he's into the D. This is the panic area for Nottingham. Can we get a shot off? Really nice play, short corner, well played.
Really well won there. I think that was James Smith right around the goalkeeper, but great hands from Isaac to drill across 1, 2, maybe 3 players, pass the ball in, and then a stick tackle from the Nottingham defender, leading to a short corner for East Grinstead. We see Simon Faulkner getting the word from the coach's bench there on what maybe different tactic they can use here, but it'll be interesting to see what they go with.
It's great to see EG take risks in the areas that we need to be taking risks, right? What I was expecting Isaac to do there, as he lost, his touch went away from him a little bit, he went into the corner. Can he just roll out, or can we recycle it? You know me, Luke, I'm a tick-a-tacker type of player, I want to keep hold of the ball. But no, he cuts back inside, he uses a bit of skill, and he creates a danger area into the D, and gets a shot off. And as soon as he's in there, Nottingham are worried about making the tackle. And then once he gets the pass off, they create a foul, and now we've got a goal-scoring opportunity.
Absolutely, and it always takes a spark at this level to try and get a goal, but here we go. Goes to Castle 1, Simon Faulkner.
Yay! A great goal.
Isaac Farron on the rebound. He created the corner. He puts away the corner. 1-0 East Grinstead. Isaac Farron scores against his former club. It's great to see.
Weird drag. I don't know what that was about. It wasn't really high, it wasn't low, it was just sort of a push at the keeper.
That could have been the tactic.
I mean, if it was, that was unbelievable.
It could have been. So I know that maybe a common corner tactic, maybe just to put it on the keeper and try and get people in for rebounds, but that was a really good finish there, a smart finish, first to the ball and just slams it home almost. And
this pace and skill, brilliant. It's unlucky there, great pace. 13, well won back, and can we go now? Clifty coming inside, keeps on 2 players, they foul him surely. Can we go early? Yes, he can. And he's going to recycle.
Okay, really good play. Great slap there across the pitch from Dan. It's really important to have a quick transfer to try and find a new way into that Nottingham defence. As we go into the left-hand corner here and back out to Mike Wood, who finds Daniel Faulkner. Faulkner to Faulkner. I know David and Jane will be watching at home. Ooh. Not as we mentioned earlier, Loz, the new 5-yard rule. To me, there it seemed as though Isaac was standing in a space. He got found with a pass and for some reason got penalised for it. But I think we'll see a lot more maybe contentious issues as well like that this season. But in my opinion, I think that was fine, and maybe the Nottingham defender needs to get 5 yards. But here we go, Nottingham with the ball in the East Grinstead D.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky. It was a great step from Woody there. He knew where it was coming. He stepped 2-3 yards in front of his play. His first touch let him down, and that led to the shot off. But nice step. I agree, Luke. If anyone at home not so hockey knowledgeable, I would compare the aerial rule.
Hockey knowledgeable.
Hockey knowledgeable, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
It's a new word that we've made up.
Thank you very much. If you're saying I'm knowledgeable, then I'll take that. Thank you.
That I would compare it to the handball rule in football. Always contentious. No one properly knows the rule. It's one of those where the rule book is trying its best to make it clear, but ultimately it's always going to be difficult. The area rules a bit like that. They've changed the rules, but again, the players are in disarray at that decision. I can't tell you why that was given as a foul.
No. And here we go, Simon picking the pass.
Little kerfuffle there with the keeper and the forward. I can't.
James Smith, I think. That
Yeah,
is
interesting one. I can imagine this fixture is going to get lively with the known relationships that are at both squads. But yeah, just keep an eye on that one off the ball.
Yeah, so here we go. Simon Faulkner building out from the back.
Such a calming presence, isn't he? We haven't had a word for Simon Faulkner. It's great to see him playing fit and healthy for this club. I mean, what a rock at the back there with his brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just one of those players that seems to have so much time. And it's hard to say why, but it's just so calming.
He's been in the league for a number of years now. I mean, I dread to think how many years he's been playing Premier League hockey for, but known across the country. Known more for his indoor hockey, but obviously the basics are there, and his drag flicking ability as well as defending it is.
Again, we see a contentious decision from the aerial. I don't understand why he's given that. He seems to be on the old rule book.
Yeah, I think that the new change in the aerial rule, the dossier had been sent to the first team squad ahead of the season on what is allowed and what isn't allowed, and I think both of those two there that we've seen in this quarter have both been, I think, would normally have been allowed with the new rules. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Maybe it's down to interpretation by the umpires, and they're saying it slightly differently to us.
I think it's going to have to be one of those things that the coaching staff at EG adjust for. If he's not going to give it, or he's not giving it our way, I should say, then there's nothing we can do about it. You know, we can complain all about it all we want. You can see Cy and Dan getting frustrated at the other umpire there. But if that's his decision, that's the way he interprets the rules, then we're just going to have to adapt, and the tactics are going to have to change.
Really nicely played out of pressure there from East Grinstead. Really nice hockey. Yeah, really good hockey there from East Grinstead, playing right around the press. Can they get an outcome now in the 23? Ooh, great tackle there.
I think that was just a bit too much from James. I mean, didn't have a huge amount on. It was really nice play, as you say, outside, keeping it safe, keeping it where we want it. Well played by Clifty there, I should say.
He's won the ball in 3 50-50s there in the space of
He had the ball there. I don't know why we had to blow that. But, yeah, he sort of run out of options there, dribbled into 2 or 3. Yeah. Maybe need a little overload from EG on the outside.
Ali Clift as well. Maybe we're talking about all the recent signings, but Ali Clift also went to University of Nottingham, played there for a number of years. So he'll be obviously wanting to try and get one over his old team here.
You see here the halfbacks nice and high on each side. It kind of looks like EG are playing 2 at the back, but actually we've got these nice high fullbacks. Here we go now. Look, plenty of space. Deliver the ball into, that's the danger area there. Not where we want to lose it, but a great place to win it. And that's unlucky.
Ooh, that's unlucky. I thought he got the ball there, but he's going to drop back into that press of theirs. And I'll see him look for the options moving forward. Nottingham building from the back here. Rostock putting pressure on the ball. Well won by Rostock. He's put Kent Sheard through. He's got men with him through.
Really
to Jack
nice
Webb.
ball. Back to him. That's exactly what happened in the first. Oh, that's unlucky. That's really as a short corner. Well played.
So really nice chemistry there between the two Arding High College boys and the two former second 11 lads who have stepped up to the mark this season. As I said, great potential and good to see them linking up there.
You can just tell, can't you, that they played together. I mean, Kent knows that Jack Webb is on his shoulder there. It's unfortunate to get the decision turned over, but he knows Jack Webb's on his shoulder. He commits the defender, drops it off to the player. Jack Webb then has the space to dribble in, drop it back to Kent, who on this occasion, very similar to the first quarter occasion, did step off that position, which did give him the shot. Exactly. Unfortunately, went wide, but that's
connection.
Perfect, yeah. And we all know how much of a shot Kent Sheard has, especially on his backhand. Yeah. He's also got the slap shot, which is something you don't see very often.
No, when he's got time. Yeah, he's a big advocate of the slap shot, and obviously his reverse is one of the strongest in the teams. His reverse stick shot. I think Simon Fortnish having a quick word with the umpire there. You saw play stopped, mainly just I think because of the Simon was asking for time to be allowed for the team to set up, because obviously they called a short corner and the decision was changed, which is a fair question, but maybe it was the way it was asked where the umpire wasn't too happy with.
I think he's going to have to watch it. He was getting rather frustrated with those aerial calls, which I totally agree with. But at the end of the day, the umpires, especially because he's not the one giving the decision, he's not going to take constant chat from the EG fullbacks. So it's just
CHAT. Here we go. Ooh, unlucky there. Tried to find the pass through to Kent Sheard, number 25 up front. Fortunately, not quite connecting there.
Quick breaking play now. Maybe we can just discuss brothers in hockey, Luke.
Yes.
Common theme.
Yes.
We've got Si and Dan at fullback for East Grinstead today. You see it across hockey, don't you? Brothers in hockey.
Yeah, it's great to see. Obviously, a very family-orientated sport, I think. We obviously have Ollie Clift, who's not playing today for the first team, but Ollie Clift and Ali Clift as well, also in the first 11 squad, 2 sets of brothers, and it's lovely to see a real family sport, as we say. So,
where would you sit? Would you say on the brother hierarchy? You and your brother play hockey.
Yeah, we do.
It's hard to say, isn't
me
it?
and my brother both
Better
play
than
for the
you?
same team. I'd always say my brother's better than me.
That's not what I wanted. I was trying to bring you out.
I'm better than him.
There
That's
we go.
The gossip you're after.
Gossip.
But yeah,
Nottingham win the ball high up here. What can they do? They're setting up for a high transfer, I thought, but no, they've gone back to the halfway line. Maybe create a space to then play into. Coach is effervescent down there on the sideline. Nice
great
little roll.
Word. Great
gets
word, Loz.
Gets the foul out of Stotty, and now putting on some pressure here.
I haven't heard effervescence used that well in years. Great use of the word there, Loz.
Would you say I'm effervescent?
Burn
bright.
You can be whatever you want, Loz.
You're effervescent, Luke.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we see Nottingham transferring the ball around the back. One pass to another. Ooh. Right in front of the faithful. They're not letting him get off easy.
It's not where you want to lose the ball, right in front of the faithful.
No.
As I cannot say it enough times, the best supporting crowd for a hockey team in the English Premier League.
Wow.
That's bold.
But it's great to see.
It's not bold. That's an objective fact.
Sorry, it's in italics.
Surbiton, are you listening? Old Georgians, are you listening? It's the best support in the league by a country mile.
Crikey. Put that on a t-shirt. And here we see Nottingham carry the ball forward.
We should put that on a t-shirt. We'd sell loads of them.
Really well dealt with here from Max.
Pay for a new stand.
Well, why not? Here's Max playing out really nice.
Love
Use
that.
The situation.
So calm.
And now we drive forward. East Grinstead
Comes away with it.
Archie
Great
Phillips,
pace. Look at that. How much time does he give himself with that pace? Good skills. I think go at the player now. No, he's going to drop it off. Yeah. Well played from Archie there.
And now East Grinstead set, looking for a second goal. I think anything can happen at 1-0. You don't need to tell me that. That's the same in all sports. But I think East Grinstead looking for that second, a bit of a cushion.
Yeah, it's surprising to actually look at the scoreboard and realise it's 1-0 because we've been dominating this game in the second quarter and we should be 2 up or at least. But here we go. Can we make it? That looks like a foot. No? Great
find some space
control from the Nottingham
around
lad
the
there.
goalkeeper. And just the goalkeeper coming out smothering any chance Isaac had of putting the ball in the net there, which was a really good save from the keeper, I must say. But here's
look at that, winning the ball again, high up the pitch. It's unfortunate to give it away, but again, the press is really putting them under so much pressure. I'm interested to see how fitness is going to come into this, Luke. We're approaching half time. EG look fresh, but we know Nottingham are going to have legs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really positive to see how much ball, as you said, Loz, East Grinstead are winning high up the pitch. See Nottingham trying to work their way through the East Grinstead press here.
What colour would the t-shirts be?
What t-shirts?
The ones that we're going to put the quote on.
God, that's a great turquoise.
Great tackle, avoiding the question. It's got to be blue. That's the obvious answer.
Sorry.
Here comes Si in a higher position than normal.
I'm so sorry. Ball up there. Sam Knight, you might see him, number 8, wearing the headband. Our resident Scot.
Resident stop.
Might be Ross's cousin, we're not sure. Here we go, James Smith driving at their defence.
Look at that pace.
Yeah,
is that a stick block?
corner.
I feel like that could have been a stick block. But either way, he's won that brilliantly.
No,
the pace on him.
Yeah,
the pace on him.
I mean, I mentioned the pace in this issue. It's great to see. I mean, you don't really want James Smith, number 28, driving at you like that when you're.
Look at this, Jack
exposed in
Webb
the
coming
D.
up, getting a drink. Look at this guy. A W for a win.
He's a thirsty
Oh,
boy.
it's for Webb.
Oh, no, he's
for win and Webb. He's a winner,
I
isn't
thought
he?
It was for water.
Born
He's
winner.
Get a drink.
He is going to get water. www.
Yeah.
Water Webb win.
At jackwebb.com. We'll be subscribing to that site sooner rather than later. But we see East Grinstead here discussing the tactics for the short corner.
What a young prospect this lad is. He's got the pace. He's got the chat. He's got the skill.
He's got the water now.
He's got the water now. He's back on the pitch.
So, that always helps.
E.G. Men's 2's player of the season last year.
Yeah.
Not that he played for us a huge amount, but that's how much of an impact he had. And now he's settled into this ones team at the young age of 18.
Yeah, just turned 18 last week, I think. So happy birthday to Jack. But it's great to see him stepping up, and it's always great to see players progressing through the club.
What can E.G. do here? We've got two castles. It's gone to the left one. It's a straight flick. It's an easy save.
Well saved from the keeper there.
Sai looks disappointed at that one. I think he might want to start going high.
Simon always goes low, unfortunately. But no, there was a good save from the keeper. Strong left kicker to the pad. One thing that you may notice here, just watching the...
Really bad place to lose it. Trying to play through his stick there.
Poor.
Look at the pace from that. Well played. Oh, he's giving it.
Okay. One thing that is something interesting to note is the Nottingham goalkeeper here actually acting as a defender in the D, and maybe something to watch going into the second half. But the goalkeeper very active in the D, sort of standing around the penalty spot and trying to act as another defender to help snuff out these.
That is really interesting. Yeah, I love to see new tactics in hockey. It's one of those sports that is ripe for new tactics.
Yeah,
and they happen every year. So yeah, really interesting.
I'm a sucker for a new tactic.
Yeah, you are. You're a sucker for a lot of things.
Yeah, that's very true.
Do you remember that call you got?
Anyway, so here's Isaac coming through with the ball, and he's carrying to the left-hand side. Ooh, nothing there, I don't think. He's appealing for the stick tackle. And here, slightly played in front of the right half as they were progressing forward there. And Mike Wood to take the sideline. Sam, great save from the keeper there. Sam Knight pulling out a strong save out of the Nottingham goalkeeper with the left kicker. East Grinstead is setting up the press here. Really well done there from Daniel Faulkner, and he drives forward, and that's half-time. The score being East Grinstead 1 and University of Nottingham 0. The score of the East Grinstead, Isaac Farron off the rebound of a short corner, leading to the score being 1-0 to East Grinstead. They would have been hoping for a couple more maybe with the amount of possession they've had, but the respective teams will go into their timeouts now and their huddles and discuss potential.
So a breathless 2 quarters there, which
Ooh.
makes 1 half. I'm breathless. Are you breathless?
Somebody get this man an inhaler, because that was an exciting first half. I think a bit more of a sort of chess match, if I'm being honest, trying to figure out how to best play against the oppositions. What's interesting here, actually, Loz, just looking at the 2 teams, is that Nottingham have broken up into 3 separate huddles for half-time. Maybe a forward, midfield and defence.
That is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Me neither.
And there's only 3 of the lads in the middle there. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
We were just discussing off air, Luke, that you could see both coaches talking with both umpires, so obviously discussing the aerial rule. What is going on?
Yeah. I think it's been a contentious rule for a number of years now, and everyone just wants clarity and consistency, and I think that'll be hard to come by when one of the rules is left to interpretation, but we shall see what goes on in the second half, because we will see more aerials, and we'll have to see what the umpires decide and what is and isn't allowed. So I think that just a quick word there with both coaches, as you mentioned, Loz, maybe the assistant coach Mikey Holland having a word with the umpire there, and now I think the Nottingham coach as well did have as well. So yeah, we'll look at that in the second half, as I said, because more aerials will be thrown, but I think just a bit of clarity there asked from the respective coaches.
If you're just tuning in now, welcome to St Hill. It is the evening. What time is it? Let's have a quick check.
Riley, it's 7:13.
7:13 in the evening on September the 30th.
Great, and the Nottingham team unfortunately delayed by bad traffic on the way down. So
you've missed a breathless first half.
Yeah,
breathless. Everything is breathless.
Yeah, absolutely. Great word there. And we'll be, I think, unfortunately, both of our pushbacks for men's and the women's first 11s were pushed back by half an hour or so, just because of the traffic delays. But it's great for all the fans here to still be seeing some top-class hockey.
One goal in it, which is surprising, because there was a lot of opportunities.
Me and Loz will be right back after this short break. It's been a pleasure taking you through this first half with you, and yeah, we'll be back for more for the second half. And a brief message from our sponsors coming up. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you shortly.
The world is constantly in motion, moving fast, and it all runs on data. By the power of technology, we bring people together, wherever they are, and keep the data they depend on flowing round the clock. Our data center, cloud and mobility solutions support business-critical functions in the most innovative and demanding sectors, from genetic science and cancer research to autonomous vehicles and space exploration. We build automated data centers, driving sustainable energy, helping to conserve our planet. Our technology connects you to the data and the people you need. Safely, securely, and reliably.
Welcome back, everyone, for this
Focus. Powering your
second
digital
half
transformation.
here, at St Hill. Both teams ready after their half-time team talks. As we mentioned before the break, Loz, about the umpires discussing the rule with the respective players and coaches, and we see now on the sideline players and umpires in discussion about what is acceptable and what isn't.
Yeah, it's interesting. We don't want to over talk it, but let's see how it plays out in the second half. It might have to adapt their tactics. If not, hello, welcome back for another exciting second half of hockey. Let's see if EG can maintain this lead. They've been dominating possession, had the lion's share of the chances, but only one goal in it, so Nottingham are very much in this. They'll have the legs, they'll have the fitness. EG are going to have to maintain everything they've given and more. I'd like to see another goal, push for another goal, get high up the pitch. Let's get another one for a bit of security.
Yeah, I don't think this East Grinstead team will settle on a 1-0 lead. As we see Josh Gravestock standing over the ball looking for the pushback. Awaiting confirmation from the umpires here, and we are underway for the second half here at St Hill of this men's Premier Division match between East Grinstead and the University of Nottingham.
Again, the area will utilise straight away from Bloody.
Right on cue.
Nice in space though, so no contentiousness about it, and EG win the free hit once the 5 was given. The pace of that guy, he gets about low to the ground, low centre of gravity, gets about so quickly, doesn't he? For a big lad as well. He's not a small lad.
He's very agile there. And we see East Grinstead moving across here. Nottingham moved the ball very well up, moving the channel up the left-hand side, finding the ball in the left-hand corner, looking for a way into the East Grinstead D. We see a great pass there, picked up by Mike Wood, and Ali Clift there winning the free hit very smartly. A wise old owl there, Ali Clift, in the way he won that, just putting it on the foot in the D. Cheers, putting it now 16 for East Grinstead.
Cheers, thanks for coming, see you later, sign the contract.
Yes, absolutely, all of the above. And we see now Ali passing it back to Daniel Faulkner and across to his brother, 5-15, and to Mike Wood here.
It's not 5-15, it's like 7, it's like 20 past 7.
Sorry, 15, no. Sorry, anyway, we see Mike Wood here pass the ball out around the back. Mike Wood, probably the coldest individual I know, constantly trains in a coat and tracksuit bottoms, and I'm still trying to get to the bottom of it, but he won't.
When you say cold, I thought you must mean cold.
Ice in his veins.
Yeah, ice in his veins, but you mean physically cold.
He's physically a cold human. Has to train with a coat and a tracksuit bottom.
He does sweat a lot.
Never seen anything like it.
He does sweat for how cold he is.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. But each to their own, and we see Matt Blood standing.
Definitely in the big head club as well, isn't he?
Is he?
Along with me, yeah.
Oh, as in physically,
big,
not arrogant.
Oh no, he's not arrogant. No, God no.
Oh,
but
okay.
massive, physically massive head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
up
sure
there.
he'll be very glad.
Me and Josh Green
live on national TV.
Yeah. Me and Josh Green probably pip him for first and second, but apart from that, he's in that club for sure.
It's great, and I'm sure it's a great club to be in. And we see Ali Clift driving it out into the Nottingham defence. A really well lifted ball.
Great skills. Nice, patient, high transfer. Cy Fulton are not too happy about it. But nice and patient. Gave the opportunity for Clifty to drive in. Maybe had a little bit on the outside that he could have gone. Again, I don't think EG are going to score goals with individual brilliance. This is very much a team togetherness that we're going to passing team. So, but it's good to see. It's exciting to see.
I agree. And we see here Josh Gravestock applying pressure on the ball. I think that's Hugh Pembroke on the other side.
Right halfback has got to be the worst position to play when you're attacking the tree end, as I like to call it.
Yeah, the Forest end.
The Forest end.
The St Hill
That's
Wood.
better. The St Hill Wood end.
And
here we go, EG. Now we've got an overload on that side, but he comes inside instead. That's a little bit too much on that one.
It's
unlucky. I think he wanted to go under his arm there. There's a couple of players. We can see it's starting to get feisty. It's good. EG Faithful getting feisty. The players getting feisty. Not 5. He's only given that. He has only given that because they complained.
Yeah, but I also think that was the right decision.
100%. But the umpire shouldn't need the players to tell him.
Here we go. Ali Clifton, similar position to where he was a few minutes ago. And East Grinstead will enjoy building the attack in front of the faithful fans at this end. But a poor pass from Matt Blood sees it intercepted by number 8. He carries the ball forward. Oh, Mike Wood. East Grinstead just taking a bit of sting out of the game now. Taking time to set up.
About 5 minutes gone in this third quarter, and we can see some changes being made by the coach, keeping it fresh. We've got Webb, Sheard, and who's that on the left there, coming on to freshen things up, get some fresh legs on.
Great defending there. Ali Clift against the former EG boy, Ollie Lander. Great for him playing back on this pitch after last season. And it's nice to see him back here at the club. So we can see ball being transferred around now by Nottingham. East Grinstead well won there. I think that was Archie Phillips. And you see the team set up. Number 10, we mentioned earlier, Hugh Pembroke, the Australian, joined us unfortunately after injuring himself in the first week. But great to see him in an EG shirt playing in front of the faithful. He made the long trip over, and it's great to have a player of that quality in midfield.
Umpire's getting a little bit annoyed now. It's interesting. I think that stick tackle from Clifty on that last one, the umpire said, do that again, I'll send you off. And we just had the other umpire shouting. I'm not sure what the Nottingham Nazarale has, but lovely little touch there from Jack Webb, I believe, bursting forward, gets it back on the line, crosses it to Ken. Can Ken finish? He's missed the sitter. He's missed the sitter.
Yeah, a tough chance there. It was his sort of knee and his shin pad height, unfortunately, and drilled into him by his fellow schoolboy Jack Webb there. But these two, what I'm really liking seeing is that they are finding each other in threatening positions, which is really nice to see. And just can't unfortunately guide that towards goal, but another day that goes in. So, and we see Sam Knight driving with the ball, picks up. Tries to pick out Jack Webb, sprinting into the back post, but can't quite guide that towards goal. But again, as you mentioned earlier, Laws, winning the ball high up the pitch.
Formation-wise, again, look, we've got a 3 at the back, nice and deep on the 25. And then we've got a pivot 2, we might even call it a 1, up on the 25. And then we've got nice high 3 and 2 up on the opponent's 25. Winning the ball back high up once again. Wes Jackson's way, being positive. You might compare it to a Gegenpress, is it called? Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Rock and roll football, but obviously we're playing hockey.
Yeah. I've heard of the Guggenheim, maybe not the press. But
Guggenheim, yeah. What am I talking about?
I'm not sure. So here
Gegenpress, the Gegenpress. Yeah.
As the faithful fans sing out Ali Cliff's name there, and he'll enjoy that. On Thursday night, actually, him and Ollie were sharing shin pads. Ali forgot to bring his shin pads to training on Thursday, So a relatively embarrassing experience when brothers have to share a pair of
How
shin
do
pads,
you
but,
share a pair of shin pads?
Well,
One
it's
each?
It's either one each, left or right, and then
That's no
or
good
it's
to
either
anyone.
one on, one off. You can't play with both. So
I
it's a
don't
shame.
want to wear one shin pad.
No, me neither.
I'd rather wear none.
None.
Yeah. 'Cause it's just annoying.
That's quite controversial.
It's
You play with
controversial.
no shin pads?
I play with very little, Luke.
wow.
Little skill, little knowledge.
Oh wow, wow. I tend to agree, but it's great to see humility in such a player as yourself. And as we see, East Grinstead trying to play out from the back here. Matt Blood switches it across to Simon Faulkner, and he sends the aerial straight into Hugh. In front of him is somehow paid off. Dan to Simon.
The psychology of a university team is interesting, isn't it? It's not something you'd see in many other sports. This team, entire squad turns around in 3 years. They have to be able to adapt to change every 3 years, or every year really, but the entire squad changing every 3 years.
Yeah.
And having to come up against former players like this who will only be better than they were before.
Absolutely.
Right? They're young, 20, 21-year-olds who, with all the world ahead of them, and they've now got to play against them.
Yeah.
To be in this league as a uni team is always so impressive, I think.
Yeah, it is very impressive, and it's a great point to make, Loz, as East Grinstead find. I think that may have been a backstick or a foot in the D from the Nottingham defender there, but a really impressive feat from Nottingham and obviously the other universities in the league to be able to maintain a Premier League status with such a young group of players that's constantly changing is really impressive. So we'll see a third corner to East Grinstead, I believe. First two have been slip flicks from the second Castle.
One we scored off.
Yeah, one we scored off the rebound, and we'll see what we have on offer here.
I'd love to see Sai go high.
Yeah.
He won't go, will he? Top left. Top left. It's not
He
the biggest
loves
keeper in the
going
world.
Ooh. So we have Max Lowry and Simon Faulkner, Castle 1 and 2. We'll see what happens here. To Max Lowry.
Great finish! Bottom right, first Castle. How do you like them apples, Luke Leman?
I love them. They're sweet. They're pink lady. They're exactly what I'm after. It's great to see Max Lowry put in his first goal for East Grinstead men's first 11. We mentioned the threat from the short corner and a great flick from Castle 1 straight into the bottom right-hand corner. Fantastic.
You're always talking about how much you love pink ladies, aren't you? Nottingham have got the ball at the back, and they go to their right half back. EG pressing high once again.
I'm speechless.
I'd love to see an open play goal here now.
Yeah.
We've just put the game into our control, and by all means we could sit on it, a 2-0 lead. But I want to see EG go out there and score an open play goal because we've got the ability and we've got the finishing skill, and we've brilliantly scored 2 short corners. But let's go out there and score an open play goal and wrap this up 3-0.
Yeah, I think two things for East Grinstead now. Maybe a 2-goal lead is never safe. We know that in all sports. I don't know if anyone's been watching the Ryder Cup over the past few days, but 2 up or 2 down is never game over. And we've seen Nottingham here trying to get something on the score sheet. Got the ball on the 5-yard dotted line and decide to switch the emphasis in attack and go around. Great switch of play there from number 19. Ooh, finds the right half, who's done very well. Ooh. Tough looking challenge there from Jack Webb.
Good 3D skills, pulls it back 90 but doesn't have anyone there. EG come away with it, strikes, reverse, gets EG up the pitch.
Yeah, wow.
Perfect option there.
Really
Got nothing
well
on, gets a 16.
See Nottingham finding the space on the left-hand side, driving through the heart of the East Grinstead defence and midfield.
Good skill, good pace there to move the ball that far. Along 3 players, shave tackles, wins a foot, but it's outside. Luckily for East Grinstead.
Really nice run there. That was, but
7, I believe.
Yeah,
David
7
Beckham's number.
David.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Jordan Torilla.
Now there's a name. Great.
Speaking of Jordan Torilla, Luke, whilst we have a quick break in play, EG Men's 2's captain got 3 points on the board today. What do you think of the prospects this year, trying to get out of this forbidden league?
The forbidden booty. I think trying to get out of the league is going to be really tough this year. I think it's always a changing side, the second 11, with young players coming in with still quite similar to the first 11, with a mixture of old and youth. I think it's going to be a while for the team to settle in, but hopefully they can start registering a few wins and climbing up that leaderboard. God, I'd love to see that sprinting off to the subs bench to get off. Real emphasis. You're
often sprinting off the pitch, aren't you?
Yeah, mainly because I've been asked to come off because I'm not playing that great, and they need me off desperately. But on other times, it's just.
I always think you run your fastest when it's coming off the pitch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love sitting down. It's something I'm really good at, and it's something I look forward to in games. So it's great to show a turn of pace there and put your body on the line for the team. We see Ross finding a pocket in midfield. Oh, and a really nice pocket.
No one there, though. He did well to hold on to the ball longer than he needed to.
Yeah, too much of a tight angle.
But he had nothing on. It looked good, but yeah, at the end of it,
number 9.
Nottingham get the ball up on the baseline. That's a foul stick tackle. That was a stupid tackle, apparently.
I think a bit of miscommunication there. East Grinstead thought it was a long corner. It was a stick tackle in the corner. It's outside the 25, luckily Snoke.
That is a Nottingham foot. Yeah, 16.
Josh Graves stopped picking up a
green card.
Yeah, for that stick tackle in there. Didn't sound great. Didn't look amazing either. I mean, maybe a bit harsh in my opinion for a green card. There we go. We see East Grinstead set Simon just. Oh wow!
If you were a hockey player made of gravy, what would be the ingredients? Tenacity.
Probably a bit of Bisto in there.
Yeah, you got a Bisto.
Yeah. Some beef stock.
Some pace. He's got good pace.
Yeah, it's got
sprinkle in a bit of pace.
Yeah.
Maybe a little pinch of positivity.
Yeah. I mean, all a great.
And then you got a lovely dish of gravy hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're on a different page here, Loz, but I'd agree in that all aspects of a good player are pace, determination, and working hard. So as we see Simon set up here, I think East Grinstead here probably trying to take a few minutes out of the game. You see the aerial used, well picked from number 15, trying to be down for great tackle there from Hugh Pembroke. Ooh,
that was clean.
Yeah, I think it was the first one. East Grinstead won't mind this. Nottingham trying to take it quickly, have to pull it back so the ball wasn't stopped. We hear the EG faithful in full voice here, with Mike Wood trying to find a way out of the East Grinstead defence. Under 2 minutes left now in this quarter. Umpire checking his watch.
Seems EG have good control over this game. We focused a lot on EG, Luke, but let's talk about Nottingham. What can they do here, do you think, to try and turn this game around? Because they've got 17 and a half minutes to score at least 2 goals.
Yeah, I think there's an element of fear, to be honest. I think if Nottingham just really throw themselves into this East Grinstead back line and midfield and try and put them under more pressure, I think they'd potentially win a bit more ball and maybe create a few more chances. But I think they're just a few many mistakes, a few too many turnovers. I'd really like to see them in the next quarter get in the face of East Grinstead, but as we see there, not the final whistle, the third quarter whistle goes, and we see both teams jog off for a quick 3-quarter time chat, and we'll be back for some more hockey shortly. We see the teams filtering out now for the final quarter of what proves to be a very important one. Can East Grinstead secure their first clean sheet, potentially 3 points of the season? We'll wait and see. And can Nottingham manage to find their way back into the game? Because as we mentioned earlier, only a 2-0 lead, Loz, and by no means is this game over.
No, definitely not. We were discussing what Nottingham could do. You were talking about positivity and aggression into the EG back four. Tactically, is it working out for them? Right, looks like they've gone man to man. Is that right, or am I just seeing things? It's hard to say now. Oh, can he keep it on? No, he can't. It's a long corner for EG. That corner, Luke, is the worst place to play hockey in English Premier League, isn't it? That top left corner, as we look at it.
We see Isaac Farron
comes in, pulls it back. The EG faithful calling for a foot, turns back into the D. That's where you want it.
Yes.
Wins a foot, wins a short corner.
We spoke about Josh Gravestock's hands and his quickness in moving the ball around earlier, and that was on display there as he dragged back into the circle and put it on a Nottingham foot. But as you mentioned, Loz, not a nice place to play down that end when you've got the faithful chanting and in full voice supporting the East Grinstead team.
What do you think we'll see here? Do you think we'll see Max off the top again?
Potentially. I mean, why not? He's just scored. I'm not sure if he's on the... Oh no, it doesn't look like he's on the pitch at the moment. So maybe limited in options there, or it looks like Dan Faulkner's also lining up next to his brother on the second.
You don't think it's Max if he's off the pitch?
I mean, I've never seen it. Never seen a man come on, sprint on the pitch to score a corner.
They might pass it to the bench.
Well, I'd score a lot more goals if they did that in our team, because that's where I'm sat half the time. But here we go. East Grinstead with another short corner here. Can they go 3 goals from corners? To Simon Faulkner.
Oh, unlucky. Yeah. Shaved a foot lightly, I believe.
He's doing the classic number one runner hold of the knee to show that it was high, but I don't think it's fooling the umpire on this occasion.
There's no way on God's green earth that hit his knee.
God's earth is not only green, it's blue, with clouds as well. So we will see here which castle East Grinstead opt for, and whether the number one runner can chase it down again. Simon Faulkner.
Nottingham green and EG blue. But definitely not Surbiton white.
Great defending.
Good defending, really good defending. Got his mask on, always tricky. Wins the 16. Well played, Nottingham.
Yeah, really good. What I really like there for Nottingham is the sprinting back from the halfway line. Did a really good job of getting back and putting the the mistrap under pressure of Archie Phillips and forced a decision. Chance for the EG faithful are boring from Nottingham as they transfer around the back. As we mentioned, the pressure they'd be under in front of the fans this half. Really well played out of the press though for Nottingham.
Look at the pace there, really nice pace, getting back, seals the ball, beats the player, beats another player, and he wins the foul.
Yeah, really well done from Archie Phillips. Gets fouled but tries to carry on going, but it'll be so funny for these Nottingham boys playing against players they know so well from last year and would have played with multiple times a week.
It's a great 3 points for Wes Jackson, isn't it? Really needed
I don't know
these.
if we can talk about 3 points.
Really needed these. Well, as it stands, 3 points. As you stand, you're really tall as well.
Yes,
aren't you?
I am. I'm very tall.
Really
and
tall.
As we're standing right now, East Grinstead would win.
Do you
the
get
game.
3 points for being that tall?
No, just a lot of bruises on my head for walking into doorways. But
a lot of tall comments as well.
Yeah, how's
Must
the
be
weather up
annoying.
there?
Yeah. Here we go. Bottom right, Ali Cliff looks up, head up immediately. Gets fouled on the shoulder barge, I'd say. Isaac trying to scoop it back, but Nottingham calmly pull it out and can't beat the press.
Great defending.
Shovels it in. Isaac comes in and out, and can we get it off? Hit
James.
that.
Oh,
and again. Well, that's
really
unlucky.
Good keeping. Really good keeping there. Got out to both shots. James Smith tried to get quick shots away. But yeah, it was...
Merci beaucoup, as the Germans say, as my beer gets filled up.
Absolutely.
Because it's German Day today, as we know.
James
There's
Smith.
a strike there.
Ooh.
Can't quite... It's a short corner. Well played. Did you know that Oktoberfest started on the 30th of September, Luke?
That doesn't sound right to me, but maybe it does.
What I found really surprising is that Oktoberfest in English means September Fest.
That come on now. That can't be right.
It's a really surprising thing about the German language. All the times that it's been in October is just because they're late.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. A man of many cultures.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. If the festival's late, they'll allow it to be in October, but traditionally it's September, as East Grinstead, the faithful here at St Hill, are embracing.
As you just saw, lots of few open play half chances there to try and really well done from the Nottingham goalkeeper.
I need that open play goal, Luke. But
Okay.
can we get another from this short corner?
Out to Simon Faulkner. Slips it to Daniel. Really
Oh,
good
it's a
save.
nice routine. It was really well done. It felt slick, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Second Castle, round the first runner to Dan, but straight at the keeper's feet, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems as though Dan had a fair bit of time to flick that on goal, but a really good left foot it was from the Nottingham goalkeeper.
I'm no
James
hockey
Smith.
coach, but I want that flick going high. Top right.
Everyone loves a top bin strike.
The keeper is expecting low by this point, surely.
Well picked up there from Simon Faulkner. He finds Matt Blood and he's just try and rebuild from the back. Lovely first time ball round the corner from Ali Cliff to find Sam Knight. He's trying to find a way out. He needs help from his teammates. Oh, lovely.
That's great skill. It's unlucky. I like the idea. Well, he thinks it's his, but it's not.
Number 4 looking for options here. Left hand side. Fires the centre back.
Last 10 minutes now of this game. Can't pick it. Yes, he can. He can pick it. Well controlled. No, it went off.
Yeah,
Sideline ball, EG, 2-0. Looking like nice control game this. I can't remember the last time Nottingham had a chance. There were some moments in the first quarter, but that seems like a long time ago. And since then, I'd love to see the possession stats, Luke. Dominated possession, haven't we? EG have been a different gravy to Nottingham. Don't you think? We were talking about gravy, Luke.
Yes, we were. Right on cue as Josh Gravestock won the ball back. And, that's lucky. Not a great place to lose the ball there.
Beef gravy your favourite, would it be? Or?
I mean, I'll have all type of gravy.
Depends on the meat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does, on the occasion as well. As we see, as I mentioned in the last, I'd really like to see Nottingham try and put East Grinstead under a bit more pressure.
Not the option. That wasn't the option.
And we see them driving at the East Grinstead defence. Just
he wins it back though, as he always does, Faulkner. A really good position, just sets up, knows where the pass is coming, and here we go. Inside, outside, drives with the one-handed, Jimmy LeMan style, rolls him and comes back and loses the ball. That's unfortunate. Let's talk about the Jimmy LeMan, a legend of this club.
Yep. Obviously the chairman for a fair number of years, and used to play in the first team in the 80s. Known for his backspace shooting.
In his shadow a little bit, are you?
I'm, as I said, quite a tall human, so being in anyone's shadow would be tough for me. But yeah, we see Jack chasing down the ball now. Ooh.
If Nottingham can win something here, it would really put the pressure on. Oh, first time pass in the D.
Looked like a backstick.
Is a bold move from Max.
Yeah, looked like a backstick for me there from Simon in the D. Got fortunate with that, and it's not awarded a corner. And we see the ball moved back around the back. Simon goes long.
Really nice area into a dangerous area.
Jack Webb.
What a trap.
Really good
Can
trap.
he get ahead of him from Kent? He loses the ball. It's unfortunate.
It's a really good pick.
That was lovely hockey from everyone there. Good to see. This is the kind of quality we want in our league.
Nice first time pass around the corner.
Had that been in front of him, that's a good finish.
It's a good finish. It's a really good goal. Slight mistrap by the forward. Goes into his backspace and nails the ball in the bottom right corner.
As you can tell, I was about to say, had that been in front of him, he could have got a first time slap off or a deflection off, and I thought because it went behind him, the chance was over. But no, it turned it onto his reverse. Great strike. It's unfortunate for Ollie to not get a clean sheet that he so desperately desired against his former team. Yeah. But EG still in the lead.
Yeah, not a lot he could have done about that finish. A really well executed counter. A really well executed counter there by Nottingham. Finds the pass. I mean, I didn't see that pass where he played it. There's a fantastic ball across the face of the D, straight to the top of the D, and put in the bottom right-hand corner. As we see Nottingham, as we mentioned earlier, Loz, still a way to go in this match. 2-1 to East Grinstead. Can they hold on? Can they find another? And to secure the win.
I'm looking down at the bench here. Ali Clift looks to be in some sort of pain. I'm hoping that's just fatigue, a bit of cramp maybe in his calves. Both are being stretched, so it doesn't seem like a specific injury, but would love to see him back on the pitch to secure up this last 5 minutes.
Not really too sure why Daniel Faulkner's been sent off there. I think he just said that it's physics for a ball going off the sideline. I'm not sure if that's very aggressive. I think it makes sense, but I don't know how the umpire's taken that personally. But there we go. Daniel Faulkner sat on the bench now for 2 minutes. Not ideal after conceding a goal, but we shall see. Ooh, a really good tackle there.
Charging down aerials these days is like a rugby player charging down a box kick, isn't it? It's so impressive how those players manage to get the stick in the way, bravely put their face in the way as well.
Yeah.
And that's really helped them out there, Nottingham.
As we see Nottingham trying to find that equaliser.
This would be heartbreak for EG for dominating the second, third, and some of the fourth quarter. To concede twice here as they go in, and Ollie just makes a simple save, but the pressure is being applied, especially with a man down. Can they hold on for these final few minutes?
I think we see as Simon maybe has taken a hit there on the way through, but no, he seems to be okay, thankfully, and they'll play on the East Grinstead team.
Hold, shouts Wes Jackson as they implement an extremely low block. No player really coming out of their own 25. Jack Webb now does to put pressure on the ball. And we see the aerial rule being correctly used. And EG now have time to restructure.
I think that the team are going to need the faithful hit to help wheel them over the line. We see an aerial being thrown into a crowded D.
Perfect aerial, perfect.
Aerial
Beats 4 players, 50 yards up the pitch, wins the sideline. That's exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Ah, dear, not quite the aerial, but it pays off in the end. He cuts inside.
Downs the Australian Hugh Pembroke, and a great trap and a pass there. Manages to work.
Just keeping it calm, using the back four. Great pressure from Nottingham, forcing Sai to play inside, which is where they win it back in the pocket, and they turn
Daniel
over.
Faulkner is back on the pitch, and EG are back to 11 players on
Exactly
the field.
what we needed right now. Get that extra man on and shore up the last 2 minutes. I can imagine now the scoreboard has become inactive temporarily.
There from Mike Wood.
But
really good last-ditch tackle there from Mike Wood. Has one hand on the stick and manages to find the ball. As we see East Grinstead counter, Isaac gets tackled and found the sideline.
2 minutes 30, I'm told, is remaining. It's going to feel like a long time for East Grinstead because Nottingham have really tried to turn the screw here, and there's only one goal in it, and that is not the place to lose the ball. As Nottingham come away with it, it is a 6-on-7.
Yes, knocks the ball off the pitch there for a good tackle, and East Grinstead set again, back to 11 men. Great movement of the ball there from Nottingham down to the right-hand side. Sweeps in the ball in the D. Quick shot, quick move. Mike Wood on the ball.
Really a bad place. Well
really
played,
well
Mike
done.
Wood. He seems to be saving East Grinstead in these times. Just pick the ball up really calmly. But we give away a foul there. Is that
harsh for me?
James?
I think James got the ball there. I think James got the ball, so that was harsh. Penalised there for being 50-50, but you see Nottingham move the ball up.
This is what Sir Alex Ferguson called squeaky bum time.
Yeah.
Nottingham with a high transfer. EG backs against the wall in the side of their own 25, just trying to eke out the time. Nottingham probably have one more chance in this fixture. Can they make it count? No, they can't. They go off the baseline. I hope and pray and look up to the sky that was the last chance they had. It was a lack of composure. Luke Leman is punching the air. Hopefully EG can secure the 3 points.
Yeah. So here we go, trying to Nottingham executing the full
pressing
court press
high,
here.
yeah, really pressing high, and they win it, but not to no avail. EG have it in midfield, and they're just gonna calmly turn their back to their players now, and then win the free hit.
Crikey. Oh, really good trap.
Great pick, that. A brilliant collection from the aerial. Everyone's shouting 5, including the bench, but no whistle apart from that pointing the direction of the green team.
Potentially another chance for Nottingham here.
I think sub 1 minute now.
Yeah. Screams of panic from the EG faithful as the right half passes the ball off the sideline. East Grinstead just trying to be looking
Not
to
the
keep
play.
The ball.
Not the play from start. I don't know how he won that.
Not sure either, but this would be absolutely fine to East Grinstead now.
Just got to use Dan. Give it to Dan. Here we go. Yeah, trying to cut off the pressure, which is the right thing to do from Nottingham, and they do give away EG. But the sideline is
Good
one.
defending from Gravy. Needs
Now,
to get
do they have
back
time?
Now. Sam Knight putting pressure on the ball.
Here's wonderful.
We see Nottingham move the ball. Back
Umpire's letting it run.
The captain.
On our watch, the time is done.
Number 9.
But they have stopped play a few times. There was a couple of injuries. There was a green card. I thought that was going to be it, but it isn't. And here come Nottingham again. They've given it straight back. That was a lack of composure. EG just need to hold on to the ball here. Hold on to the ball. He gets fouled. That was a horrible foul. Would be a green card, and in fact it is a green card. I was about to say, in any other circumstance that would be off, but he's off anyway. Perfect. Exactly what East Grinstead needed. They can stand on the ball for a few moments. Stotty just plays it in, plays it out. Perfect from Bloody. Perfect. Just hold on to it.
Dan carrying the ball through the middle of the pitch now. Trying to find a pass. Finds it. Here's Sam Knight. Ooh, great save.
Good save. He came out 15 yards there.
Really quick, Nottingham keeper. Really quick to snuff out the shots. Yes, really well run there. I think that was Josh Gravestock. Quick turn and shoot, putting it on the Nottingham foot. And I think that may be full time, but we await the whistle from the umpire.
Our clock is way off. They've played plenty further, but we're in a perfect position. We've got the short corner. Maybe we could get a third here.
And there's the full-time whistle. The win confirmed. The first one of the season for East Grinstead men's first 11. A vital win. After good performances the last few weeks weren't rewarded with points. This week it has been, and it's great to see the potential for a third goal here from the East Grinstead team, but we wait to see everyone up there, everyone in good spirits.
As always, Bloody couldn't look less happy.
A nice fist bump from Isaac on the sideline, celebrating the goal and the win. A great win against the old team. We see the EG faithful jeering up the East Grinstead goalie, Ollie Smart, after a win on Davey. Unfortunately, as you mentioned earlier, couldn't get the clean sheet. But we have the whole team around the D here, looking to get in. Surely to Simon Faulkner. Goes to Max Lowry. Oh, well one down. Two sounds for me in there. I think the umpire's going to say it was just stick. Yeah, the umpire's blowing for full time. And the 2-1 victory for East Grinstead is confirmed. 2 corners get the job done for East Grinstead. A rebound from Isaac Farron, scoring against his former team. Oh, and the lights are going off here. And then a great drag flick from Max Lowry, his first goal for the club, securing the 2-1 victory. Nottingham pulled one back late, which made for a nervy period the last 5 minutes for East Grinstead. But as we see the fireworks going off here overhead, it's a 2-1 victory, a first for the season for the men's the men's first 11, and hopefully the first of many.
You have to love this club, Luke Leman. You have to love it. I can't say it enough. It's the best club in the country. We've got 3 points. The fireworks are going off. What a brilliant performance. We never look like losing. Well played, East Grinstead. Let's go again. We're going to win the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for joining us this evening. A fantastic afternoon for East Grinstead Hockey Club, with the women's first 11 winning 4-2 and the men's first 11 winning 2-1. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again very soon. It's been myself, Luke Leman, joined by
and
my
myself,
co-host,
Lawrence Richards. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Absolutely. Thank you all, and good night.
Izzy's found a new gear this year, and she's showing the academic results to prove it. We know the quiet hours she's put in.
Tom is thriving. He's really settled into his new boarding house, made great friends. I mean, he talks too much, but I imagine that comes as a little surprise to you.
Her hockey is impressive, and the county call-up was completely deserved. She made us all very proud that day.
His success with the debating team has definitely boosted his confidence in the classroom as well.
But the most obvious
And
thing
the most important thing
is that she's very happy at Worth.
is that he is very happy at Worth.